did a post for all of us. You know why? Because June and her daughter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This meeting is now called to order. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lewis.
Present.
Trustee Jenkins Bill.
Present.
Trustee Foster. Here. Trustee Williams.
Here.
Trustee Foster. Trustee Thompson.
I don't, Trustee Fortune said here.
Trustee Williams.
Here.
Trustee Thompson.
Okay, good. We'll take a picture.
Present.
Are there any general public comments regarding any items on the agenda? None? Actually, this is only the public comment for items that are pertaining to the agenda. There's another general public section right down the line. Thank you so much. All right. None. Unfinished business, none. Item new business, item E2A, which is a motion approving the Village of University Park Annual Treasurers Report for a year ended April 30th, 2025. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Moved by Lewis. Second by Jenkins Bell.
I have questions.
Question? Yes, ma'am, Madam Clerk.
I was just going to mention, there are two versions of this treasurer's report.
Yes, ma'am. And should we be doing both of them?
Well, my suggestion is you should only be filing one, whichever version is ultimately in the agreement of the board is the one that should be approved.
So item 2A and 2B.
Yeah.
Which version are we going to roll with, guys? All right, Trustee Fulcher, let's see the question. You might solve it right now.
It's the second one up.
So, hello. So at the last board meeting, I had brought up two items that was on the treasurer's report that was, I could say, incorrect. One of them was for the reimbursement of $6,000 to University Park Baseball Organization. That did not occur. And then the question about the checks or the amount for Nina Fain for $35,000 something.
Both of those checks, per your guys' accounting system, were shown as being issued by end of fiscal year, which is why I sent all of you the Excel as to all the checks that were issued during the period of the fiscal year. Both checks were within your guys' accounting system as of April 30th as checks that were issued to the various vendors for payment. The Tina Fey one and the baseball one, those were both checks that were issued as of April 30th to the various vendors that were listed. So that's based on everything is what you guys actually released or issued as payments to those vendors during the course of the fiscal year.
Well, I can say that just because that was in the registry doesn't mean that it was actually issued to the vendors. So for the baseball organization, they did not receive $6,000. And then I believe Marlindra sent the email in reference to that particular check where it said it was voided.
Yes, that
right?
check was voided in November of 2025.
I don't know when it was.
I checked it yesterday and today. It's November 2025 was when that check that was issued in April of 2025 was voided, which was after we ran our report for May of 20. We ran the report as of May 2025. The Excel that you all have a copy of in your email was issued and ran out of your guys' accounting software as of May 31st, 2025.
Okay, well, I'm saying that did not occur. The baseball organization did not receive $6,000.
So they did receive it. Now, whether or not they cashed it is on them. They did receive it. You did receive copies of the check, and they did receive the payment.
No, they did not receive it. Has any of these checks been cashed? Have you seen anything been cashed? Because the organization did not receive it.
Once again, they received the check. It is not our problem whether or not they cash it. They did receive payment.
They did not receive payment. And as for the same thing, and then for the next thing for the Nina Fain, there's a check here that was reissued in the amount of $35,866.
And as that goes, she was issued the checks, she lost them, and she asked for a repayment. We confirmed that the checks were not cashed. So per the contract, she was paid out. Those checks were voided. Marlindra did provide you and the board with receipt that they were voided and reissued. Because they were reissued in the following fiscal year, they're supposed to be recorded on that year.
Which I understand that. The Treasurer's report for April 30th, ending April 30, 2024, states that she received $14,740, which covers those May, June, and July. So issuing these checks, I remember back then, these checks were not supposed to be issued because they were based off of, she had a contract for a certain particular amount, which I believe was $5,000 a month. When I came in as a trustee, I noticed that what was being on bills payable was way higher than what her contract stated, and there was no type of documentation that stated what she did. So at that time, it was brought up. The checks were pulled. At that particular board meeting, the checks was pulled and it's supposed to be reissued for the $5,000. These checks was never approved under, especially this one for June 22nd, because that's the one that I had remember where I stated that no. Because that check for 110,349, which was check date for June 22nd, 2023 for $15,721, consisted of 3 weeks of pay. 3 different weeks. So it was for 6/2, $7,505, 6/6, $2,765, and 6/11, $5,451, which equals out to $15,000. And that was not her contract, and that was stated at that time, and that's why that check was pulled, and it's supposed to be reissued for the $5,000. On the Treasurer's report for that particular fiscal, it states $14,740, which would be her $5,000 for each one of those months. So to say that this is what she's supposed to have is not true. Why would you all report it in the Treasurer's report at $14,740? This is inconsistencies. This is not, and you're trying to tell me that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, that 5 checks was issued and she lost all 5 checks and she wanted them issued. I would like to definitely see the letter of the request saying that she has lost those checks and whether or not those original checks were issued in cash as well, because I don't understand where it would all of a sudden come up. Where the contract employee had 5 checks, and 5 of those checks, she decided not to cash them. She lost $35,000, $35,866. Is that what you're saying, that she came back and said she lost checks that consisted of a total of $35,866? So the village reissued her a one-time check, which at the amount of $35,866, it was never presented on bills payable. The board never knew anything about any reissuing of this check, nor was it approved.
Trustee Fulcher, so what is the point that you're trying to make? Because, let me just finish. This is kind of confusing because we've had a couple of weeks to get this discussed, and I was hoping by now this matter would have been resolved when we come to the meeting so we can just take care of the business. So what is your pleasure and what is it that you're seeking?
I'm saying that this is incorrect. The Treasury report is incorrect. If this is what it's stating on here,
Okay.
and I have questions about this whole $35,866 check that was reissued to a consultant, an attorney at the time, the year after, where she stated that she lost all of those checks and she wanted to be reissued. That's one. And then, as I stated with the baseball organization, that check, a check was not received by that organization.
Okay.
And I can say that because I'm the treasurer of that organization.
Okay.
I haven't received it, nor the president. I don't know if he's here, but the president didn't receive a $6,000 check during that time period.
Okay.
Nor have we received any type of 1099 that stated that we received anything.
Okay.
So if we haven't received the 1099, then you can't say that we received the check or that the village has even issued it because we didn't receive one.
Okay. Trustee.
So I'm saying that this needs to be amended and we need to look into it more because these are 2 things that are incorrect that is on the Treasurer's report. Well, I know for the one thing for sure.
Okay. Mr. Marabali, these things have already been filed, correct?
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Trustee Thompson, you got a
That's why I
question?
said to amend it. That's what I'm saying, that it should be amended.
Okay.
Based off of them pulling the information and looking into it. Because as of yesterday, I believe that's when Mr. Chris sent information about it, which was yesterday. So, yeah, we had 2 weeks, but he sent something yesterday in reference to it.
Thank you. Trustee Thompson?
My question is, if we have outstanding checks, would we know that way before a year and a half?
Depending on dollar value, it's the
Because we
higher.
have a check register, right?
Yes.
So then when you have a skip check, you get
Well,
a
it's not a
regular,
skip, an
right?
outstanding check is not a skip check.
It's not cashed. It's
Yes,
not
but-
presented for payment.
The way your guys' outstanding register works is we track as to all checks are outstanding. There are frequently where you guys have vendors who will, for whatever reason, not cash their checks. I don't know why. If it's a check for me, you deposit your check. I don't know what vendors don't or wouldn't deposit their checks, but you do have some vendors that wait months to 6, 7 months before they actually cash their check. Why they do that? I have no idea. But then also the next step goes is how in depth do you want us to go researching and reaching out to vendors for not cashing check? If it's a $100 check, do you want us reaching out saying, hey, why aren't you cashing your check?
That's how we can account for our money. So if we have a check that's been issued and not presented for payment, then we need to, that's good accounting. I'm not an accountant, but I would think you need to account for all your money. And then also, do we have any documentation from her saying, I did not cash this check? Can we have a copy of that?
I can look on your guys' bank to see those specific checks as to if your guys' banking system tracks it going that far back. But in regards to the outstanding checks, we have, once it shows up on the bills payable or it gets run through the AP system for processing, it hits your general ledger. At that point, it shows up on your guys' expense report as an expense. So at that time, it's already reflected as in your general ledger, so it shows up on your as outstanding checks. Then what we do is, as we are reconciling your guys' bank account every month, we track as to which checks are outstanding. Those large dollar amount checks that are outstanding, those are ones that we do inquire with the vendors as to what is the status of those being cashed, but only the large dollar amount ones.
What's considered large dollar amount?
Over $10,000 usually.
Okay, so hers was over 10,000. Nobody reached out to her?
Each one was $5,000. If you guys are issuing checks of each vendor of $5,000 a month, based on the conversation you guys are having tonight, that wouldn't reach to our level as large checks that need to go, hey, why aren't these being cashed?
But for 1 month, was it June though? For one of those months, it was like $14,000, $15,000 for 1 month.
It was a combination of more than 1 month. And you're correct. At one point, the board, and I went back to the meeting, questioned that she was doing additional work. And at that time, moving forward, I made sure she only had a $5,000 check. So that conversation was had. The board said she is to be getting $5,000, and I had that conversation with her. I also do have multiple emails that are going back and forth with the finance director at that time, and it wasn't just her. There were other people, and this happens, where we had someone who had an escrow, and they misplaced the check, and they asked for another one. There was also another lady who was getting a reimbursement for something, and it has her name listed here, and this is something that regularly occurs, but in the email, Marlindra did specify the voided checks. And I do also have a list of all the checks that have ever been issued to the youth baseball organization. Not all of them were cashed. I also have a check here that I brought with me in addition to the register. And it shows the check that was held during the last meeting when we discussed it, and we held the check because there were some questions about the money being spent, where they were performing, all of that kind of stuff. So this check was held from that. And I will forward these emails to the board regarding Nina Fain, and it was going back and forth between Mary Baker. I even referred to Attorney Frazier on how to handle the checks.
I yield, Mayor.
Trustee Brooks.
Attorney Frazier, the treasurer's report is supposed to be money that went out each year that's recorded, right? I mean, it's not if someone sent a check and if they didn't cash it, it shouldn't be on here because it's not money spent for the village, right? Or that's what I'm comprehending on the exchange. And I think
even though it's not cash, it's money that's going out. And so you, stop me if I'm wrong, it's money that's going out. I mean, the concern that, I know you're raising a concern about the report, but the only way that I would see him amending it is if he's able to, or doing something beyond what he's already done, is if he said, you know what, right, I haven't been thorough enough, I feel like I need to do ABC or something additional, because I think at this point, you just have to determine if you're trusting what he's saying as far as everything that, his accounting, pretty much.
Right.
Because I don't know that you delaying this is going to be beneficial if he's saying to you, I've done my due diligence, and in my accounting world, there is pretty much, I've done all I can do. You've noted your concerns, you've noted yours, and then you all have to just determine if you want to accept what he has presented. I just don't know that this delay is going to be something that will result in anything additional. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong and tell me.
If you guys have certain vendors that you guys can say you guys did not issue those checks to, and you can show me, or you guys direct me to say we did not issue that check, I can remove that from the list. But as of for at least the 2 vendors, everything that I see in your guys' system, you guys issued the check. Now, accurate or not in regards to if that vendor should have been paid or should not have been paid, you guys issued the check per your guys' accounting software. If your guys' direction is that vendor should not have been paid, that does not have anything to do with did you issue the check. It's either a yes or no. Did you issue it? Yes, you did.
okay.
You
yeah, I just because I'm just listening to the exchange, and I'm gonna just push past Nina Fane, whatever. But when you have someone of baseball sitting here saying they never receive either check, I mean, we all sitting up here. She's saying she didn't receive the check. We shouldn't say she didn't. You got the check. It's not my problem. I want to make sure. Let's make this accurate. I mean, people are watching us. I mean, come on.
It's up to them, though, to let us know. We assume that if we send the check or we hand it to them, that they cashed it. We don't call. We have hundreds of checks, so we just expect that the vendor is going to contact us and say the check wasn't cashed, we lost it, and we will reissue it. We void it. That's just the process. If someone doesn't reach out to us, we have no way of knowing if it's been cashed. We just checked today prior to the board meeting and saw that one check, and that's why I asked Chris to pull it here, just for transparency, and I can also...
That's for this year, right, that one?
For
Right.
every check that we've issued, so just for transparency, and I can, provide this to the board as well, but I just checked and the check was never cashed, but it was issued.
I yield my time, Mayor.
All right, thank you.
I still have,
So what is the board's direction that they want me to do?
well, I still
Excuse me,
have questions.
The trustee Fulcher is, we're going to call for the vote and see what the board's pleasure is, and then we take it from there. Go ahead, trustee.
So each time that it was put on bills payable, the village manager is correct that they created the check. But each time it has been put on to bills payable to be voted on, it has been pulled before it can be sent to the vendor. And that's for the baseball organizations. For each time of 2025 that it was on bills payable and presented, the check was created, it's on the paperwork, but it was pulled by the board, majority board, so it was never given to the vendor. Now, the other thing is, so based off of the Nina Fane, the treasurer's report for April 30, 2024 states that she received $14,740, which covers the last 3 months, which is the time period that we're talking about right here, which is May, June, and July. We have May on here of a check that's being reissued for the amount of $8,690, and the June check is for $15,721. So if it's stating that, which is on the treasurer's report, you pulled the log, right? So if it's saying that she received $14,740, which covers just those 3 months, why are we issuing checks out for the same 3 months?
The treasurer's report is not on an expense basis. It does not track when do you actually incur the expense. The treasurer's report, this portion of it, where you're listing the vendor payments, is who actually received a check for that dollar amount.
That's what I'm saying.
If checks are issued from an earlier period that then are reissued, it shows up again. Even if technically it's not supposed to because you incurred the expense in the prior year, it will still show up again because the treasury report is all the checks that were issued during the period. Physical cash that you guys issued out, even if you guys incurred those expenses in the prior fiscal year.
I'm saying that's what, it's not the prior, just we're talking about the fiscal
You said
ending April 30,
2024.
2024. So it is from 2023 to 2024. So from May 1st, 2023, this is a payment in here from May to her. That was a check that you said y'all just reissued, where it was reissued for $8,690. For June 2023, $15,721, and in July of 2023, which is the $5,000. So those are the 3 months. In the treasurer's report that covers those exact 3 periods, 3 months, it's stating that she received $14,740. So it's an inconsistency. Because you're pulling it for that time period. Fiscal 2023, May 1st, 2023 to April 30th, 2024. This individual, this consultant, ended her job here the end of July. Okay, so we're covering for that fiscal period, just for that time period, because she was gone. She only did 3 months in that particular fiscal, and this is the same 3 months that is saying that the checks was not cashed, and y'all had reissued it, which is May, June, and July.
I'm confused by the time period and the dates. Can I get does someone have a copy of the checks from Arlindra's?
Here you go.
'Cause I'm not following your timeline as to, okay.
So you see on the check, at the bottom, you see the check number, and it says it was reissued.
Okay, so let me make sure I
So
got
we
this.
have May 8th,
You got check
2023.
number 110075, April 30th, 2023, for $11,455. Then we've got check number 110215 for $8,690 for June 2023. And then we've got check number 110349 for June 2023 for $15,000 and change.
And I'm saying that's the information, and on the treasurer's report that was posted for the fiscal year, May 1st, 2023 to April 30th, 2024, it says that she received $14,740, which is the same time period that is consists of right here.
Okay.
So that's an inconsistency. If she received the $14,740 during that 3-month time period, we're reissuing checks to her and giving her additional. It's not making sense. The $5,000, which was for July, is fine, because that's what we had that conversation, and then like the manager Scott said, it went down to $5,000 because that was based off of her contract.
So, from what I'm seeing, we issued check 11/1999 for $35,866 on June 6, 2024, which was the combination of the 3 checks that I listed earlier, which totaled to the $35,000.
Okay, so you're not getting...
I'm not.
Because if you look at the treasurer's report for
From
2023, 2023 to 2024.
So not,
Okay.
this is not the ones we're talking about tonight.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the time period that we're talking about with these checks.
Okay.
So based off of you sent the treasurer's reports to the entire board that consists of all the years, right? Mm-hmm. Look in 2023, and it says that she received $14,740. You might have to go to your phone. It's not in this paperwork.
Yeah,
But
I'm just.
that's what you sent. So that's what I'm stating. It's an inconsistency. This is what y'all saying that she received during this time period. This is the same time period that y'all reissue checks, and the amount is even higher. That's why I'm stating that we had the conversation that it's supposed to go down to $5,000. Those checks had to be reissued for the $5,000, which makes sense why the treasurer's report would say $14,740, because it covered 3 months, $5,000 each. That's what I'm saying. So
To talk about 24, I did not look at the treasury report for 24, so that one I cannot speak on. I'd have to look at the treasury report to speak on that one.
Okay.
So I will defer to you, the research you did on that until I review that information.
Well, it's in the treasurer's report that you sent to the
Yes.
board. So
Yeah, I just sent you guys copies of what was submitted. I did not do beyond that for 24 and prior.
Okay, well, that needs to be reviewed, because if that amount is in there, then why are we saying reissuing checks for the exact same time period, right?
Well, these checks that are on this year's report are
I
checks.
understand they were reissued because it covered that time period. I understand why it's on this one.
Okay.
Because it was reissued. But they were reissued saying that they was never cashed. But it's showing that she received money during those 3 months. So if I could show it, if you seem like you don't get it.
I'm following.
So, and like you
where
said, you
you're-
didn't look at the treasurer's report for 2023. So when you have a chance to look at that, but I'm stating that it doesn't make sense. It's an inconsistency, and it's showing that checks were reissued for a time period of 3 months that the treasurer's report states was covered. Okay. So again, that's where I say that this treasurer's report should be amended, and we need to get this information clear, because I don't want stuff put out on the treasury report and people go back to it and say, look, see, yeah, you did. No, we didn't. Okay? So that's my recommendation.
All right, well, thank you so much. Trustee Jenkins Bell?
When I'm looking at the checks for the baseball organization, the village has, from what I'm looking at, we've given them $30,320 minus the $6,000 check. Now, my question is why aren't the fields done? Why are we going to another community to play baseball? And I received, also, let me backtrack. I received an email today that was a little disturbing from Mr. David Savier, questioning why we have pulled this check and the reason why, and saying that we're spreading lies and maliciously attacking the baseball organization. Now, let me be clear. This is an organization that I helped start. I started it from the ground up. Unfortunately, Mr. Hill is no longer with us. Ms. Cynthia has some issues as well, and all of the rest of the people, it's not the original board. My question is that when we did start, we worked these fields ourselves. We raised money ourselves. We did all of these different things. I have noticed that the Lions do tag days, which they go out and they try to raise money to bring money into their organizations. And I'm trying to understand, if we've given them $30,000, we pulled the check for $6,000 because we needed clarification with what the village's taxpayers' money is being spent on. Now, they did supply us with some invoices. The invoices that they supplied us with were invoices for lock repairs, trophies, and different things like that for the children that were in the that are part of the organization. But all of the children that are part of the organization is not from University Park. Well, earlier this week, I also received another email. The email came from the secretary, I do believe she is, of the organization that our baseball organization works with, is Creed Monique and University Park. And she made it very clear in her email that they worked independently as a separate entity of each other, but played together. And my question is if that is so, why is our village taking on the responsibility of paying for everything for this organization, and we're not doing, doing the things independently? Now, my question was for them to provide information that will show us that they are contributing their fair share. Now, I don't know if the organization has received all of these checks. I have no way of knowing. I'm not the treasurer. I don't know if they cashed the checks that they received. According to Ms. Trustee Fulcher, in the last meeting, she stated that they hadn't received any checks. So according to this, they received checks in 21, 22, 23, and also 25, and the only one voided is the one for $6,000 for 25. I'm having some problems with this. We need to sit down and discuss this, have robust conversation when it comes down to this baseball organization and asking to utilize the village's, the taxpayers' funds. Because this is, and it's my fiduciary responsibility to address this. None of this is personal. This is business. It's not personal. Thank you.
All right, Madam Clerk, we had a motion in a second.
I just want to say one thing about that. The check, the $30,000 was received under the previous president. It has not been received in the past 3 years after a new president has got into the baseball organization. So that was during the same time that you was a part of the baseball organization, that's when that $30,000 came in, as well as the work, all the stuff that I've done. I was part of that team. You forgot to mention my name, that I was one of the originals. So yes, I'm the original, and I did plenty things on the field. But again, let's make it clear, because
Trustee, I'm
that
going to call the vote, and we're going to stop the debate right now.
That conversation.
We're going to stop the debate.
We're talking about the treasurer's report.
We're going to stop the debate.
Another level.
Motion on this first one.
So the $30,000 came in under Trustee Sonia and the other baseball president, as well as when I was on it as well. So it did not come in over these past 3 years.
Ladies,
ma-
go trustee, this is last one. And ladies, unfortunately, this is not really what this topic is about, but I understand you guys' passion, but trustee Jenkins, the last one, we're gonna call for the vote, and we're gonna be voting on the one that took the motion on was item E2A. Trustee Jenkins Bell?
First of all, I was a trustee liaison. I was not sitting on the baseball's board making any form of decisions in reference to the baseball's money or their treasury. I was working in a concession stand, so I thought that that would be a conflict of interest, because this is not what I did. I did not ask the village for money for an organization that I worked as a trustee liaison with, and then decided whether the money was going to be spent and how it was going to be spent in the organization. So I believe that that is a conflict of interest.
All right, thank you. Madam Clerk, roll call, and this is on the item E2A where the motion was. Motion approving the Village of University Park Annual Treasurer's Report for year ended April 30th, 2025. Call for the vote, Madam Clerk, please.
Trustee Lewis.
Votes aye.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Votes aye.
Trustee Fulcher.
Votes no.
Trustee Thompson.
Votes no.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye. Votes aye, Madam Clerk.
This motion failed.
The motion fails. All right. Thank you. Oh, Lord have mercy. So we're gonna bypass item E2B. This is the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. There's no, one's a trustee version, one's the next one. So we're gonna go to item E2C, which is the first, second, and third reading. Yes, Madam Clerk.
Do we have a motion to pull this?
I need a motion to pull item E2B, please. Moved by Brooks. Second by Lewis. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lewis.
Votes aye.
Trustee Williams.
Votes aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Votes aye.
Trustee Fulcher.
Votes aye.
Trustee Thompson.
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye, Madam Clerk. Thank you much. Item E2C is first, second, and third reading. An ordinance of the Village of University Park, counties of Will and Cook Counties, Illinois, approving a residential refuse collection agreement with Homewood Disposal Company, Inc., and Illinois Corporation, DBA as Star Disposal. Is there a motion, please? Moved by Trustee Brooks.
Second.
Second by Lewis. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk. Question? No. Oh, okay. No, I just saw her with a mic on.
No, I was second, but she beat me.
All right. All right. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Brooks. Trustee Thompson.
Aye.
Trustee Fulcher.
Votes aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Votes aye.
Trustee Williams.
Votes aye.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, ma'am.
ordinance passed. That's ordinance 2026-01.
All right, thank you. Now we can go to some good stuff. This is item E2D. This is a motion promoting Jeffrey Dennison to the rank of lieutenant with the University Park Fire Department. Let us go do that thing, guys. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So moved.
Is there a motion?
Second.
So moved.
Wait a minute.
There's a motion by Trustee Brooks. There's a second by Trustee Thompson. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lewis.
Aye.
Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Aye.
Trustee Fulcher.
Votes aye.
Trustee Thompson.
Aye.
Trustee Brooks.
Absolutely aye.
Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye, Madam Clerk. Let's go to the podium, please. You got swear me in
Call
right there?
it. Let's call him up. Let's call it in. Let's call it in.
Lieutenant Dennison, report to the podium, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Check it.
Not me.
It's on. Pull it to me.
We'll take it
Is
off.
this good? Okay, if you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me, except for your name. I,
Jeffrey Dennison,
having been duly promoted
having been duly promoted
to the office of lieutenant
to the office of lieutenant
on October 13th, 2025,
on October 13th, 2025,
with the University Park Fire Department
with the University Park Fire Department
in and for the village
in and for the village
of University Park,
of University Park,
counties of Will and Cook, Illinois,
counties of Will and Cook, Illinois,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will continue to support the Constitution
that I will continue to support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of lieutenant
of the office of lieutenant
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Now, if you will sign here. That's one. Mr. Mayor, and we've got to do it two more times.
One more, couple more times.
Okay, this is one. We got this one. Need you to sign here. Just
Yes.
stay here, right here. That's it. No, that's what I was saying. That's it. I'll give you one, and I'll give you one. Congratulations again.
All right. Come on, Mama. And then we're gonna get one off the board, you guys. First Lady. Oh, watch out now. Stick 'em, stick 'em. Stick 'em. Boy, boy, boy. This guy, you like that. Police and Fire Commission for all the work that you guys are doing. You respect firefighters and police officers. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, it failed. Oh. You here? She said, give me the one, and we will do the rest. Okay, she said, no, it's gonna turn off. Okay, all right. Did you see it on the billboard? Okay.
Next picture will be chief and lieutenant. Again? Okay, chief, lieutenant. Chief, lieutenant, Cameron, and then. Again? Chief, lieutenant.
That's double trouble there, guys.
You got the check numbers?
All right, the next item on the agenda are the bills payable, which would be item E2E. Attached for your approval is a listing of general operating expenses for the Village of University Park that occurred on December 10th, 2025 through January 27th, 2026. General Fund, $389,182.80. Road and Bridge, $17,927.05. Town Center Fund, $9,069.78. University Golf Club Fund, $27,818.74. Capital Project Fund, $48,634.13. Motor Fuel Tax, $36,095.91. TIF 5, $2,120.50. Payroll Fund, $4,454.28, with the grand total of $535,303.19. Is there a motion to pay the bills? Moved by Lewis. Second by Williams.
Question.
Question, Thompson, how can I help you?
So I'm looking at check number 114477 for Morton Salt, road salt, for road salt. So it's $36,095.91. And then when I look back to the invoices, this salt was purchased in November, December, and January. So was other salt purchased before it was already wintertime?
So to answer your question, last year, at the end of the winter, there was a total of 300 tons that were ordered, which filled the entire salt shed. So we began this snow operation year using the 300 tons. Our first order was in November of 200 tons. That was to refill the salt shed as we were running low. Yes. So as we were running low, we ordered an additional 200 tons. As everyone knows, this winter has been a lot stronger than the previous winters that we've been dealing with. Once again, the second order was ordered in December for 200 tons. And the reason why you see another order in January was because when the 200 tons that were ordered in December, they didn't finish delivering all of the 200 tons. So that's why it was processed 2 times for that one original order, and I can show the board if they're interested in looking in the orders that I have and all the documentation that shows that the order wasn't completed until January.
Did we make it to bid on this one? And Chris, did we make it to bid on this one?
So when we finished off the season last year, we once again did a final order of 300 tons. So you have 2 options when it comes to the bidding process. You can submit a bid or do a separate contract. 9 times out of 10, when you have a full salt bin, a lot of public works directors do separate contracts, as in you're starting off the year already fully capped. So this year, we did basically a separate contract, and we basically kind of got the same agreement as the last bid that we had for the previous year. I think it was about maybe $1 more that they were charging us compared to last year, yes.
All right, Madam Clerk. Roll call, please. Questions? Sonia, anything?
Yes, I would like to pull 114525.
Say it again in your mic. In your mic.
114525.
And you're going to pull that to consider separately?
I'm gonna pull it for further clarification.
All right.
Documentation.
All right. I need a motion and a second to pull this. Trustee Jenkins Bell,
Second.
you want to repeat the number again?
114525.
114525, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's $6,000.
Okay. All right. Anything else? I need a motion and a second.
So move.
Moved by Lewis,
Second.
second by Jenkins Bell. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Both sides.
Both aye.
Votes aye.
Votes no.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Votes no, Madam Clerk.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
The abstentions went with the affirmative.
All right. Yep. To pull. All right, now we need a roll call, the roll call on the rest of the items on the agenda on the bills payable. Madam Clerk, please.
Trustee Lewis.
Both aye.
Trustee Williams.
Both aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Both aye.
Trustee Foster.
Votes aye.
Trustee Thompson.
Votes no.
Trustee Brooks.
No.
Votes aye to pay the bills. All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. Now is our section for general public comments.
Well, now you got
Wait a minute.
114525.
Okay, now we've got 11425. I think she just pulled that here. We had the motion to pull.
That was first.
Not, yes.
You want to do it separate, or you just
No,
want
not separate, just pull. Yes, yes, ma'am. All right, thank you. Miss Covington?
Good evening, everyone. How are you? I'm here today, would like to make an announcement. Meeting Greek candidates and hear your issues, January 28th. The League of Women Voters of Park Forest is having a meet and greet in Sauk Village from 6 to 9 o'clock tomorrow, and it'll be at the Sauk Village Municipal Center, 21801 Torrance Avenue, and that will be in Sauk Village, Illinois. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I was a little questionable about the treasurer's report. It bothered me quite a bit. I did 2 4-years. I have not gotten them, so I will be doing a follow-up. If not, I will be going to the officials to get my follow-up of the nurse. I don't know. She said that she didn't get the 4 years, our clerk. I don't know what's going on with her email, but I will verify that it's the same one, because she says sometime it gets tricked about, but I'm not going to go with that. Okay, now last time the treasurer's report, my question is, as far as the treasurer's report, there was no one here from finance to address it, but the treasurer was sitting here, and he could not address it. My question is, did the treasurer prepare that, the treasurer's report? Hello?
I prepared it under the consulting work that the village hired us to do.
Okay. Did he review it?
I submitted it to the entire board when it was.
No, the treasurer. I didn't ask about anything but the treasurer. He's the treasurer. He's getting $10,000 a year. He's supposed to review it since his name is on it as the treasurer. So that's a no. Okay. I asked last time about meetings, and I asked the clerk, you're not here. I hope that you, and it's not on this agenda, that you would vote on the meetings, the times. I know you usually do that in the beginning of the year, what the times are when the meetings were. That was that Tuesday. Thursday, there's supposed to be a finance meeting. Nobody showed up. People have the things to do with their time. To come to a meeting, nobody, Sonia, no one, Trustee Sonia, nobody told anybody about it, no alerts, no cancellation. Ms. Martin came and my husband, and that was it. No cancellation, nobody knew anything. That's bad. We're gonna have committees and commissions. You're supposed to be accountable for that. At least let the people know it's been canceled. Give them an alert. Half the time they don't even know when the meetings are. They get an alert the day before, after. That's tacky. A word, again, accountability is not happening here, okay? I would like to also, and I'm going to do a for you on this too. I'm not understanding, Leslie was the last HR, you contracted her as an HR person. Then you said she's going to do some marvelous things. It was reported she's doing fabulous. Then her contract was up. Then after the contract, she was rehired again to do what she didn't do. And then you have an HR person now, and she said that the records are deplorable. They're deplorable. So what happened that she got paid? Are you asking for a refund? I don't know. Then you said, again, I'm gonna say this to the treasurer's report about the checks to Ms. Fame. First, last week they said it was stale. Now they say they weren't paid.
Excuse me,
Which lie we gonna
Mrs.
tell?
Covington, unfortunately.
Thank you very much. I will be following with it for you. Thank you, sir,
You're
for
quite
your
welcome.
time.
All right, David Washington.
Good evening, board, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say, it's a good thing that we have Quick Trip here that's keeping our gas prices down. We're cheaper than Indiana. That's a good thing. However, the problem I'm having is why does Public Works keep skipping our street? We got snow on the street. We got people who do driveways trying to plow the street.
Excuse me, just would you announce what street it is, please?
I'm on Oakside.
Oakside, thank you.
We have people who are supposed to do driveways trying to plow the street. They don't carry salt. All they're doing is they're spreading snow. I've been doing this for 15 years, so I know what they're doing. All they're doing is spreading snow and creating more hazards. So what's the explanation? Why are we being skipped? And go ahead.
So to comment on what you're stating, when I first arrived here, I was instructed that we don't really touch HOAs. That's
right.
when we've been in communication with you. I know I was in communication with you the previous year. You sent over your agreement. After reviewing your agreement, it didn't state that the village did anything. Out of generosity, we have been going in there occasionally, time to time, and just recently, even this past snowfall and the previous snowfall, we've went in there and we salted, because we do realize that it does get plowed, and the issue, especially on Greenbrier, it tends to turn into ice since there's no salt. But we have been going in there and have been laying salt.
So when did this all happen? Because let me tell you, the late village manager, Mike Ruverman, used to live on the block. Those streets were always plowed. So when did this come into effect when you say that the HOAs can't be done? Because first of all, you got 8 HOAs in this village. They're not all the same. And I know that some people believe that they're supposed to be the same. I don't live in Russet Oaks.
I do.
Right. So that's what goes on in your homeowner association. Right. But mine is not the same.
I understand.
So what are you guys going to do? Because you knock at our doors, we need a vote. But yet, you're neglecting what's supposed to be done on that street. You actually put up the sign there that I actually showed you. You replaced the village sign as a snow route sign, but nothing's being done.
Can I
that's a
answer
problem.
him? Can I?
So, once again, we've been doing it out of generosity of going in there and it's salting. Once again, I reviewed your HOA agreement and it does not state it, that the village is responsible for that, sir. Once again, we have still went in there and tried to salt. The issue is when you guys go in and just plow and you guys are constantly driving on it and it freezes over, 1 pass or 2 passes of salt is not gonna melt that. It's gonna take a process of us continuing, returning, and returning.
Those streets have to be salted every time it snows. Like I said, I'm in the same industry as you are. If it's not salted, it's nothing but a hazard. There's no snow drifts, there's nothing but a hazard. And you know, when the temperature is this cold, more than salt has to be put on the road for it to be done. Extra chemicals have to be on there. I don't know if you guys use bee heat or whatever you use, but I've been in this industry a long time to actually know how roads are supposed to be plowed.
All right, thank you, Mr. Washington. You got
Can I
your
just say something to him?
Trustee Williams?
I'm not sure, Mr. Washington, are you under Blackstone or are you under our property? Who is your property management team?
RY Properties.
Okay, so have you addressed it with Russell Youngblood?
Yep.
And
I've been addressed it.
And
Roads, we actually pay taxes for. That's what we pay taxes for, not homeowners association fees for. We pay taxes.
we all
have
pay
driveways
taxes.
in a street. It's a village street. It's not a privately owned street. It's not blocked off like a what do you call it? Like a gated community.
cul-de-sac.
Yes, there's no cul-de-sacs. It's a regular street.
I just know that when it comes to the HOAs, that they have contracts and bylaws. That's considered their Bible. That's what they're supposed to go by. The Village and University Park, as a favor, does go in and do it. They've done it for my street, and I've seen them do it for other streets. But really, that property manager and whoever sits on your board should be addressing those issues, and that should be, and I don't know, do you all still have meetings?
They have meetings, yes.
Okay, are they done in person or virtual?
They have in-person meetings.
Okay, and has this matter been brought up to Mr. Youngblood? Because he doesn't meet with us anymore.
Oh, I don't know about what goes on there. I just know what goes on my block.
Okay, and that's
And
why
so
I'm
this has
saying.
been a problem for a long time now.
It has.
And if you
It
go
has.
down Burnham, you'll look to the right, you'll notice all those streets over there aren't plowed. Now, Monterey Village has 3 different homeowners associations.
Sure do. Yes,
we
they
only
do.
had 1. So I can tell you, I remember when the brown and white trucks used to come around there and plow the streets, and there was every time it snowed, they came. It wasn't a generosity thing. The streets were done.
And we should not be making exceptions. It's either we're gonna do it or we're not, because it's a lot of liability on the village. And I'm not in that homeowners association, but as long as I've been here, I thought everybody had their own opportunities. They had their own maintenance crew and everything else, but that's something that you guys have to figure out. But I don't think that the Village of University Park should be going through there, because if something happens, doing favors, we're in a hell of a liable position. So I don't understand what the solution is going to be. But
I
there
don't
needs to
understand
be-
either, because it's a village road. So you mean you can't plow your own road. That's my understanding.
Mayor, can I be,
Trustee Brooks, and we're not going to belabor on this for a long time.
I know, I
because
just
we got-
wanna ask
Go ahead,
one.
go, Trustee Brooks, go ahead, sir.
yeah, Mayor, I agree. I think that, right, the liability stands. We do, like over there where Trustee Williams is at, when the trucks come in, we own that road. The problem that comes in is that once, like where they live, those are more of parking lots. And those trucks are too big to go into those parking lots. However, the road itself, the apparatus has to come in if emergency, if there's a situation. So right, we'll open it up. But I think the HOAs are supposed to do those parking lots. On where he's at, to my understanding, that is a road that the village handles. So I think it's more in detail than we have done, because I don't know if before, well, I know in 2017, the directors then had level 1, 2, and 3. They were considered level 3 because we had to go with the smaller plow trucks, remember, to go in there. Because again, it's a liability if we go into those parking lots. But the roads belong to the village. So the road that goes into Trustee Williams' complex, you go in, but then as far as where David's at, our trucks are responsible for that road. So it's more like, I want to say the parking space, but that would be more directed towards your buildings. But for you, we're responsible for that road, the signs, so forth, because you're correct. We pay tax, you pay tax dollars in our trucks. And again, I don't think that even has been conveyed to this director, because it's considered level 1, 2, and 3. Level 1 is this right here. Level 2, you start talking about the smaller streets such as my street, Amherst, but the Hickok is level 1 because it's a main thoroughway where everybody got to go in. So that's the explanation of how it's supposed to go. The confusion comes in is what the trucks are supposed to do. And if we got the half-ton? They're too big to go in there to clean out a street like Trustee Williams. However, they can come in, depending on the situation, they're supposed to be able to swing in and salt down where he's at. That's how it's supposed to go. And it's been like that since I've been up here since 17.
Would it be possible,
all right.
village manager, if we could invite Mr. Youngblood to one of our meetings so that he can address some of these things?
I just have one simple question.
Yes, Trustee Thompson.
Is Oakside Lane, is that a street?
That is the street right off of Sandra
I know where
Drive,
it
if I'm
is.
not mistaken.
But I'm saying, whose street is it?
I'm not going to sit here and say, but if I'm not going to sit here and say it's our street or it's their street. I think our Director of Public Works should have his map and identify what belongs to the village and what belongs to the different homeowners associations.
That's right.
It's not for me to decide what is what. We just want to make sure that if the homeowners association is responsible and are collecting fees for doing the maintenance, the lawn cutting, and the snow plowing, then you guys have the problem with them. If it's our responsibility, then we'll fulfill our responsibilities to the residents.
That's right.
As simple as that.
Right.
So then that's dialogue that can be handled with Mr. Vargas. All right, Mr. Washington? Thank you so much. Sir, you can step up. I don't want to butcher your name.
I'm Brian Mott. I'm with Southland Development Authority.
Okay. I couldn't really read it, Mr. Mott.
No worries. So we were, if you recall, we were here, I think, end of last year presenting a proposal before the village board, primarily as a memorandum of understanding with the village and our organization, to work together. We're proposing some development west of I-57. The proposal was voted on, passed unanimously, so thank you to the board members. I'm trying to just get a signed and executed copy of that ordinance and MOU. I've been trying to play some phone tag and email tag with Village Hall, but with the holidays and the winter storms and everything else that's going on in the world, it's been kind of hard. And so I just live a few minutes up the road, so I figured I'd come down here tonight to see what do we need to do, what can I provide, what do we need to do to get a copy of that, because that's kind of one of the big key documents we're now trying to take to investors and development partners.
And which that's...
So my apologies, Mr. Mott. That was something that requires, I believe, a resolution or an ordinance number, and the clerk's office has to execute that. I have expressed to you, unfortunately, I don't do that. That comes out of the clerk's office, so my apologies. I'm not sure what the delay is, Madam Clerk, but they can't move forward with this. This is a huge project. This is the Southland Bloom, which the board was really excited about. But like he said, we can't move forward, and we're at risk of losing some possible good tenants to come to the village.
So we're the Southland Development Authority, and then, as Ms. Scott mentioned,
And Bo Kemp came and presented to you guys across I-57. So we're just waiting for the signed and executed documents from the clerk.
okay, yeah, and I can send you an email and follow up tomorrow then as well. Yeah, no problem. Great, thank you.
And I want to say thank you for your patience. We'll get that done because that's very important to our future growth. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I kind of remember that too. I didn't. All right, Mary Ronald Poindexter. Oh, did you sign in or do you have public comments? All right, Mr. Poindexter.
Well, how you doing? I don't want to be political, but I'm Ronald Poindexter, and I'm your committee person in the 5th Precinct. And I'm doing the job, no pay, remember that. And what I've seen in University Park, I've been doing this for 5 years. And I see University Park is coming together, but it's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Cars parked overnight on certain streets.
Police department. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay, on certain streets, they be out there. It's a car be out there with Georgia plates. He parks there regular. And this is on Sandra Drive. Right. And they be there, and the trucks come by, and they going around the cars. And what upsets me when they park on the grass, there's no need to park up on the grass. If you're going to get hit, they'll come up there and hit you. But parking on the grass, when the spring comes, that's a big spot. And that makes the neighborhood look bad. So my concern is, but as a whole, University Park is doing a good job. But we want to keep it that way. That's what we want to keep it.
Let me ask you, sir, is there appropriate signage? Because I'm a strong advocate out there because
the signs have been there. They're a little bit far apart. But Sandra Drive, there's no parking there, period.
And Chief, that's Chief of Police. I've been asking you guys to get signage out because the bad thing is people will get tickets and they don't know that they shouldn't park from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. They don't know what the rules are. I've been advocating more and more for signage so people can know what's going on. They are? But I mean, it's a lot of places. Yeah.
Mayor, right quick. Remember, this was addressed in 2019 because I explained how it is with Country Club Hills. When you come into each development, each street of University Park, DPW put the sign right out in the, what they call the administrative judge. Mm-hmm. So you see it when you come in legally. By law, if you turn it in and it's there and it says no parking from 2 to, that's a ticket. There is no excuse. It's not like Chicago where it has to be posted on that street. Every street coming into University Park or each development, each HOA, is posted legally. So they know better. They should receive the ticket.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Good to see you at the meeting. Mary Truss.
Good evening, everyone.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. I haven't been here in a while. place still the same. But I'm here tonight to announce that I'm a member of the Community Block Club in University Park, and we're a concerned citizen group that like to get together to do some good things in the village and have a good time while we're doing it. We are 501c3, and we've been in existence for a while, doing things within the village. I know you don't, many of you all don't know about us because we don't make the park news, but we've been around. This is our 5th year of having the Heritage Showcase. And you might see these flyers around, or somebody will maybe email you one. On February the 7th, we'll be having another Heritage Showcase right here in this 90 Town Center. So we've done many different things, and we're the group that sponsors their outdoor decoration contests that people compete for. And we've been doing it for a while. We give away 3 prizes, $100 for the first prize on how your house is decorated. We give away $75 for the second prize, and we award $50 for the third prize. And some people are they get kind of a little bit upset because they say, well, why can't I win? If you're a member of the group, you cannot win. You're not eligible. If you're an elected official, you are not eligible. You can only win one time. And we go ahead. And we have a group of people that go around and look at houses, and they invite us to go, the person who's in charge or people who are in charge, to go look at these houses and rate them. We have to be very careful because driving by at night very slow, people don't like it. They think you're casing their house. I've had people to ask me, why are you slowing down in my house? Why are you looking? So I'm happy I'm not on that committee anymore that does that. But we've just finished that contest, and I'm sorry if you're an elected official and you have done great things and you can't do it, but I don't know no organization that would usually do that. We also, this is going into our 3rd year of an award that is given to students of 201U in University Park, and it's called the Phoenix Award. Now, this is not like the other awards where they're given scholarships of thousands of dollars. These are just awards trying to award this for our students. We want to spotlight the students from Crete-Monee High School and for the middle school who have done exceptional growth academically, have good attendance, and demonstrate good citizenship. To be eligible, students must meet the following criteria: resident of University Park, attend 201U, and be a citizen of the United States. So this year, this will be our 3rd year of presenting this award. Now, I know you all will be here on February the 7th, right here at 90 Town Center, from 1 p.m. to 4. I think Chris threw us out after that. But if there's any questions, please ask. And it's free. You can attend, it's free. Any questions? No questions? I hope to see you here.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Truss. Sarah Boyd.
Good evening. I'd like to give a minute of my time to Mr. Washington. He had a comment he wanted to complete.
Oh, we're not.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, I know you guys had mentioned HOAs. So, from my knowledge, HOA actually had papers from Will County showing the roads are yours. Whatever happened with that?
05, and I've never seen them. I've never
They
seen.
actually went twice, and they, as far as I know, they went to you, Mr. Rudez.
I've never seen any documents that state that the village has taken over the streets from any homeowners association.
But the homeowner association didn't build the street. That's what I said. It's a village road.
All right, well,
that we pay taxes for. And they actually show we pay taxes for that. But thank you, Ms. Boyd, for.
I don't have much to say anyway. Good evening, everyone. I just kind of inquiring about the building over on University Parkway in Western that was once Kurt's building place. I want to know, what is that building? Is it going to be a strip club or anything? Because it only has one entrance, no windows. It's kind of shady looking. So who owns that property there?
I can't tell you. I know it's been purchased and there's been a renovation done. Outside of that, your guess is as good as mine because they have not approached the board yet.
Oh, you don't
And
know?
I know darn well it's not a strip club, so you can get that out the atmosphere. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay, not another club for drinking, is it?
Again, I have no idea.
It's been under construction there for, yes.
I just know it's private property and it sits in our corporate boundaries.
And they're not accountable to us and what our rules and regulations are?
They'll deal with it. So if you have any issues or questions or concerns, my advice to you would be check with the code enforcement department.
Okay, that's what I will do.
All right.
And the other thing, I just wanted to know if the water situation is being followed up on for those homes who has not gotten a correction to their water situation. I'm not going to let it die. Else I'm going to die with the situation. So I just want to know what's going on with that. Sure.
Thank you. I'm constantly fighting for our water. I recently put up a post about it. We have found some of the homes under the watch have still gotten lead in their water. Even the home where the pipe was changed, still lead in the water. I'm on the phone with IEPA. I'm addressing it. It's been 2 weeks now since they have not returned my call or my email. And I have turned it back over to Bert Odelston. I did recently send him an email to let him know what's going on. Because we cannot sit here and know that people are getting lead in their water and feel good about it. Our schools are still taped up, the fountains, the libraries, the parks. It's ridiculous. People are hurting. I did manage to get them to deliver 8-gallon things of water to some of those residents so that they are getting water until the IEPA and ACO can figure it out. I have never stopped. I started in 2019.
Is that not against the law? Is that some kind of breach of something there?
It's not supposed to be anyone getting water with lead in it, and that's the issue. Those homes are still getting it, and we're trying to find out why and what are they going to do about it.
What about the new water company that's coming in? Are they going to meet with us?
That's still Aqua. That's just Aqua merged with Essential, just like ICC when it was
Oh, they're just
Illinois
doing a merger. I
Consumer
thought they were
Water.
taking it over.
Same people, different name.
Oh.
So it's just a bigger merge with a bigger company, but I'm not letting it die.
Right,
I'm still fighting for it.
okay. Well, maybe we can come up with some other strategies to attack this situation.
Absolutely.
We can.
Okay.
And you can start by contacting Illinois Commerce Commission and filing a complaint. The more complaints, the better. When
Are
I
they laying the
contacted
pipes?
them, they only had like 38 complaints.
Are they laying the pipes like they're supposed to be replacing the pipes?
If you were
Have they
in the
started
TAP
that?
program and you were approved, then you are getting
No, I
Calumet
thought
Plumbing.
they had this is something that has to be done. Replace all the pipes by 2030. They are actually replacing the water pipes. Oh, okay. Okay, so they are doing something.
What is she saying? I'm sorry, Mayor Covington. What?
Oh.
All right, listen.
So, can I please add something? So the mayor and I have had recent conversation. In particular, I reached out to Jen Walling, who is with the Illinois Environmental Council.
Okay.
I'm going to touch on that a little more in my board report, but we have had conversations. I've also had follow-up conversations this week with Bert Odelson, and I want to just really stress the situation with the water pipes, right? So Aqua is replacing the pipes here, you know, along the parkway. However, when I was reading and then speaking with Jen, who was familiar with our situation, when I met with her, it wasn't for that. But it turned out when I said I'm representing University Park, she said, I'm familiar with the water situation. So we started having conversation. The issue is not the pipes that extend beyond the homes. And when I went back and did some additional reading, it is in particular the solder, and it's not even the pipes, it's the solder that held those pipes together in only specific homes. So the conversation is continuing, although we haven't had any concrete, anything to present to the public. I guarantee you we're working on it, and I'm hoping to have something, the mayor and I, within the next few months, but there are conversations going on.
Okay, there's quite a bit of information out there online about what the company is projected to do in terms of replacing those galvanized pipes in the village. So, okay, thank you.
Not to rush you, but you know, this is a 30-minute session. Everybody has 3 minutes. So the people came out in the cold weather. We want to give them an opportunity to speak. So I've got David Sevier, Natalia Hill, and Robin Walker will be our last one.
Happy New Year, Mayor, Board of Trustees.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
It's very disturbing to get a call from communities outside of your own. It's very disturbing to get communication outside of your community from other communities about things that were said in the village board meeting regarding payments to Crete Baseball Association. First of all, this village has never paid Crete Baseball Association one dime. Second of all, we have been fighting with the village, not the village manager, but this board, to get 3 years of reimbursements for baseball expenses that we put out to fix these fields, to make them playable for these kids to play on when the village didn't have the dollars to do it. We've been very supportive. We have not been negative. Well, the first comment was, well, who's in charge of the organization? We gave you that legal documentation to resolve that issue. The second issue, the initial issue was, well, why did y'all decide to go with Crete University Park as opposed to the other program? Because we got kicked out the league. But you all said, well, nobody showed us the letter. You got it today. You got the letter today. You got the legal document today. We've already submitted to the village, which I do respect the village manager for trying to do what she's trying to do. But you keep letting one trustee on this board pull that check that's 3 years old. But you're going to put in a treasurer's report that we've been paid? Come on now, people. Let's keep it real. When that football program came to this village and said they wanted to put a sprinkler system in, this village said do it. When they said they wanted to resod the football field, we said do it. When they said they wanted electricity to run to that scoreboard, we said do it. Since when did we stop doing things for the children in this community? and other communities as well, because there is not one program in this community that has 100% participation only of University Park residents. And if there is one, please bring it to the table. But you have reimbursed several programs that have kids on it outside this park. What is it going to take? We have been very patient. We have followed the rules. We provided you with the legal documents. We've done everything we're supposed to do as an organization to try to do what's right. What is it going to take? Are we being looked at as just please, 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 please. Let's be respectful. Let's be respectful, which is what I am. It's exactly what I'm saying. From that standpoint, it is an embarrassment to have other communities come to you and talk about things that are unfactual. We come to you, I come to this board and talk to you every time. I don't go to a third party. I don't put no negative jargon out there. I don't put anything negative out there. I come to talk to you. If you have any issues regarding the program, come talk to me. My door is open.
Mr. Sevier, thank you. Thank you. Natalia Hill, then Robin Walker.
I don't know how this goes, but thank you so very much, Mayor, for giving me the opportunity to speak today, giving honor to all the trustees that work very hard, those that work hard for University Park. I'm here to speak in behalf of Public Works. I live in a HOA, and if it wasn't for Public Works Department coming through the main thoroughfare, you have a street that you maintain, and you have been doing that. My bedroom window is right there, and I sit there and wait. And if anybody has to question, I take pictures. When you're coming through and the truck following you with the salt. My HOA that I pay does not, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't get any salt. I applaud you. You guys are line up on line, precept on precept, and you do your job. Thank you very much. And I want to ask Elizabeth, would you please, let's get back on these HOAs, because I have some information that I would like to exchange with you. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Robin Walker.
Yes. Before my 3 minutes start, can I please just share?
Give it to somebody and they'll pass it out.
Well, I needed it for the record, actually. I needed this to be on the record. Okay.
Yes.
Can you please hand those to the village manager so that we can put this to bed as far as the validity of the organization, the University Park Youth Baseball Organization? So I would like to say, for the record, David, whatever he just presented has no validity to anything that he just said. Right there is the proof. When I come up here, I speak facts, and there is the proof and the documents for everything that I'm talking about. And I've been given it, but I'm giving it again so that everybody, and I wanted it actually to be read on the record, what Ms. Liz is reading and has before her. But while she's doing that, my question is first for Trustee Fulcher. I am confused and wondering why you're very meticulous when it comes to this treasury report and all of that, and I don't understand how you could ask the village all of these questions when you haven't provided a treasury report for what you guys are calling your baseball organization. You haven't provided a treasury report for that. We don't know what the money has been spent on. We know that we can see that nothing has been done for these fields and for these children. So my question is, and everybody else should be wondering too, where is the money? We need to see bank statements. We need to see a treasury report. Do you all agree with that? Shouldn't there be a treasury report? You talking about little things. You didn't provide a treasury report. You nor David. So I'm trying to figure that part out. And the second question I have is for the attorney. If Ms. Scott, because now I need to know, I would prefer, can you, after you look at those, can you turn those over to the village attorney? Because now I need to know legally what this means, and I want that to be explained to everybody as it states, because I've been saying this, but I want a legal attorney to explain to everybody what those documents in your hand means. So I'm gonna need that for the next meeting. I'm gonna need that. Okay, so what David, what I said, he has no validity, and his letter is opinionated and circumstantial at best. Sybil League has so-called kicked us out every year, and I know that Trustee Gina, you can attest, and so can the mayor. You can speak on how many times have we been kicked out of this so-called league? Because we were kicked out before I took over, correct? Because I had to go, right? Me and you had to go and beg for this organization to come back here, right? So which means we were kicked out prior to that, and 3 years prior to that. So this league cannot be, what they say is cannot be respected nor trusted as far as it comes to University Park, okay?
That's 3 minutes, Ms. Walker.
It's up?
Yes, it's up, Ms. Walker. I'm so sorry, but I think that will end.
Can I just say one thing regarding
Yes, that will end our public comment session. We have a comment from trustee, and then we continue to move forward. Thank you.
When I first became a trustee at one of the meetings, in the beginning, I told them, when I was later lambasted for it, but I'll stick to my guns, the baseball organization in University Park has always been a problem from beginning to end, and I know because I had grandsons that were 6 and 7 years old playing. We had great coaches. I appreciate Coach Lawson, Coach Worthington, Greg Barksdale, all of that. But when it came to the finances, it was always a problem. I even spoke about it at one of the forums that when Mayor Covington was running again. And I got to the mic and I said it, and I still say it's always been a problem with the finances. Are you saying something? So, no, I was talking to.
We're going to stop the debate because the public section is over. The public section has just been concluded.
I'd just be glad when they get it together.
We're going to go to our reports of the officers. We've concluded our general public comments. Manager Scott? We're going to come around, get everybody do their report, and then we got a brief executive session. So make your reports as brief and accurate as possible.
Okay. Go over some of these.
Some good old five flavors.
Of course, it's locked up now. Oh, hold on. Okay, good evening, everyone. Just some of the things I'm picking out from my board report. We reviewed the Cassell software, the accounting system that was passed by this board last year. The hardware specs, we had a meeting with Chris Mirabali and Cassell, reps from Cassell in preparation for the upcoming software implementation. On January 2nd, we had our monthly stepper set, which was a success every first Friday of the month. Please come out if you haven't had the opportunity. It's a wonderful event with lots of fellowship, good food, and fun. The audited financial statements for the 2021 fiscal year is complete, as well as the annual TIF district financial and compliance report for 21. We have begun working on 2022 audit with WUPC, gathering that information. I've uploaded and completed the audit certification forms and consolidated year-end fiscal reporting in the GATA. Responded to interrogatories and requests for supporting documentation for some litigation and sent that to our village council. On January 7th, Mayor Rudez and the Chicago Southland Economic Development Corporation. Excuse me. On January 7th, Mayor Rudez and the Chicago Southland Economic Development Corporation, CSEDC, presented one of 2 Silver Shovel Awards for innovation and leadership in our region. The one that the mayor gave out was to Clarius Partners, who is partnering with Bo Kemp and the SDA for this Bloom project. The gentleman came up and spoke today. And also, I think it was Vortman who received an award for their work that they're doing in the steel industry for Moni. The Chicago Southland, and particularly the I-57 corridor, continues to host significant new development. And also, we held a meeting with Robinson Engineering to discuss upcoming infrastructure projects, including Burnham, Thornwood Mall Drive, expanding to Sandra Drive Street, resurfacing, the demolition of Hickok Pool, which is going to take place when the weather warms up, and we got that through a grant, as well as the charging stations for the Metro lots and the golf course, which were from a separate grant through the state, CEJA grant. Finishing the fiscal year 2026 capital bill request for state infrastructure priority projects, which I will be submitting this Friday. On January 20th, I met with Enterprise Fleet, reviewed our current fleet. We have 2 brand new snow plows that were built from the ground, which will be included, which were included in our capital purchases for the last budget, and they will be arriving in the next week, so we're grateful for that. Police lateral applications were reviewed and sent to the Police and Fire Commission Chair, Mr. Martin, by myself. We will be having a meeting this week to streamline the process moving forward. Also held meetings with the Planning Chair, Ms. Martin, to discuss possible economic development projects and upcoming variance applications. Also had several economic development meetings with various staff for possible for engineering review, variance requests, truck logistic companies. Also met to discuss possible restaurants and fast food chains, and also met with attorneys and developers for code enforcement and inspections. Held a staff meeting to go over individual projects per department and begin working on the 2026-27 budget, as well as requesting budgets for each department. I will begin meeting department heads the first week of February to review the budget requests, service improvement recommendations to best service the residents. This Thursday, we will have the ribbon cutting for the PACE Van Go pilot program for the cars, similar to like Turo, where you park your cars at the Metro lot and you can rent them there through an app. So that ribbon cutting will be this Thursday at 90 Town Center. The water relief program, it will end this Sunday, February 1st. Past due water bills for those who need assistance, not current bills, please. And also, due to the inclement weather, the snow removal program will be continuing. We will not end that program. On January 9th, I had the opportunity of representing University Park on a trade mission as a delegate, along with 11 other individuals from the state of Illinois, for the Illinois Association of Global Trade, IAGT. We traveled to Abu Dhabi for the first few days, where we met with the Abu Dhabi Chamber of Commerce. On day 3, we traveled to Dubai, where we had the opportunity and really the honor to meet with the second largest portfolio owner in the entire UAE by the name of Hussein Sajwani, who owns Damac Group, D-A-M-A-C. He's worth over $30 billion, and he's also on the Forbes cover with his children. I was honored to represent the village, as there was no other village manager from the entire state. Some other representatives were included the Republican Senator Seth Lewis, also Jen Walling, who is the executive director of the Illinois Environmental Council, who it was just happenstance that I told her I'm from University Park, and she said, hey, you guys have a water problem. I said, we do, and we need to talk. So that's really the great thing that comes with going to these events, and really my connections with people, and it opens up a lot of doors, not for me, but for this community. Republican Senator Seth Lewis, and also representatives from the city of Chicago. So you may have heard on the news that the city of Chicago was entertaining buying back the parking
that was sold for a 99-year contract under Daley. So they were there looking to buy back the parking and some other things. The Shecks expressed interest in AI, data centers, manufacturing and logistics, workforce development and training, and renewable energy and EV. They were interested in the fact that I did tell them we have the largest industrial corridor with over 150 Fortune 500 companies, and that we have a lot of land to build. So I was trying to take the competition from the city of Chicago, but it was really to let them know that the state of Illinois is open for business. This is something that the state of Illinois has been doing for about a decade now, and it's a lot of conversation, very much custom driven. Who you speak to, women couldn't shake hands with the men. There was a lot of formality that I had to learn prior to going. I wore an abaya. They were very impressed. And I do feel like I got a lot more time with them than most because of the things that I presented to them. So I am going to continue to represent University Park. I also wanted to add that the village did not pay for it. I used my PTO time because I wasn't sure what to expect. But it was sponsored by the state, so it was zero cost to the village, and it was an amazing experience. I have to provide a report to them, and I'm hoping that maybe they will ask me to come back again. Please keep former trustee Shirley Bolding in your prayers for the passing of her daughter Yvette. That funeral was recently, so if you haven't reached out to her, please do so, and that ends my board report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Jenkins, do you have something tonight?
And it has been sent to the board and the clerk and the mayor.
I'm going to be brief. So, good evening, Mayor, Board, and Trustees. The cable cast project has been completed. I know. As of last Friday, it was completed. The connectivity has been made. We're not streaming today, but we are testing it today. Instead of being 30-second delay, we are now 3 seconds delayed with getting the information. So soon, I am in training, but over the next couple of weeks, we're going to see slow advances into getting WUPC-TV back online. It will be on the internet, and it will be streaming. My next topic, the mobile app is completed. I know. It's been a long time, but it's completed. It is actually somewhat live, but the current updates will be completed by February the 6th. And then also just worked with, I'm just not going to read all this, but just met with Park Mobile under the advice of the village manager to get the communications on our webpage going well with that as well. So that's it.
Thank you very much. Would you email that?
Yes.
That's proactive. Thank you. Mr. Battle? Then Chief, and then DPW. Then the Board of Trustees. Then Chris Merpolly.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Board of Trustees. Make this brief. Speaking about new business, registration for youth basketball, soccer, and dance are still open. Speaking of dance, our dance team will perform halftime of Governor State women's basketball game on February 4th. They're playing Olivet Nazarene. I believe it's $7 for those that want to attend. So please go and support our hometown college team, Governor State University.
Absolutely.
Yes. Also, Black History Month is a few days away. Yes, the first event that we're having in partnership with the Governor State Dance Team is called the Black Print Black Music Showcase. That's taking place February 13th at 7:30 in Sherman Hall. It is free for the public. So we're going to focus on the youth, not only within the community at University Park, but the 201U school district as well. On February 21st, we will have our third annual Art Excellence Expo. We're going to have over 30 vendors. We're also going to celebrate 100 years of Black History Week and Month at this expo. Okay, so it's a great event that's free for the public. Also, that's here at 90 Town Center. That's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. February 21st. That's on a Saturday. Also, the last event, and I'm excited about this, we're celebrating Women's History Month in March. I know I'm ahead of myself, and I am for a reason. The title of this event is The Power of Her Voice. We're going to focus on the influential women within the community. Okay, that's March 7th. That's from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. If you're interested about ticket sales, please speak to me. So I shall let this be known, and I'll put it on the spot. Our village manager, she will be on the panel for this, so we're going to highlight influential women in the community. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Battle. You're full of surprises. Miss Angela, please.
Good evening, trustees, mayor, Madam Clerk, and residents. Can you all hear me? Normally that's a problem. Wonderful. Okay. My board report for human resources. With the start of 2026, we are working collaboratively with auditors and compliance officers to implement updated standards across all departments. These efforts address federal and state compliance requirements, workers' compensations, medical regulations, and other applicable operational standards. So we're just bringing in the new year with all the compliances up to date. Key initiative. We're implementing strategies to review and reduce our workers' compensations liabilities. Village policy and procedure manual, we're updating and just about concluding that manual so it can be reviewed. We're dealing with the union contracts. It's a lot of them, so we're dealing with them. That's the best I can say there. And we're trying to expand employer awareness about the different EAP programs that we have that are available to employees and individuals who are having challenges. Just don't have to come to a door, especially mine, you're welcome to, but you have an EAP program that is designed for various departments and for employees of the Village of University Park. In addition, we're doing village-wide staffing review with the police and fire department. That's through our village manager. In addition to another village individual. I cannot recall his name right now. However, we're dealing with them too. And we're currently recruiting for staff accountants, licensed CDL drivers, housing director, code enforcement directors, and officers. And that's my village report.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Mirabelli.
So in regards to my report, we did the financials for October, processed payroll, funded all your guys' bill run, worked through the audit. On the audit, what you guys have in front of you are the audited financial statement for the entire village as of April 30th, 2021, the TIF report, and the management letter that goes along with the audit. The auditor will be at your guys' next board meeting to present the audit. So if you have any questions for them, that would be a good time. If you have them ahead of time, I can forward them off to the auditors, but they will be here to present the audit on your guys' next scheduled board meeting, February 6th. But they will be here to present and answer any questions you guys may have in relation to the audit. We will be starting on the 22 audit thereafter. We have filed the control report online, and then
All right, well, thank you so much. It's good to know that we're catching up with those audits. We've been waiting. That's good. Thank you. Chief.
Good evening, board, trustees. Real quick, our report for the fire department is going to be really quick. We've had a couple fires over the last month, so we're asking everybody to kind of be a little bit safer with their batteries and electronic devices. We just recently were at a garbage fire, and lithium-ion batteries were thrown away. and they get touched and they started a fire. I also met with the ambulance manufacturer. Our ambulance that you guys ordered should be here by the end of April, hopefully, if everything goes right. With the approval of the village manager, we did buy some newer equipment, some new thermal imaging cameras so we could see in fires a little bit better to also help find and locate victims. We did order some station alerting equipment to make it where we were getting notified for calls a lot faster because our call volume has increased over the last few years. And that'll be my report.
All right, thank you so much. Chief, I just want to ask you one question, and I've been hearing on the news a lot about trees exploding. You guys heard about that? Is there some fact to that? All right, well, thank you. Maybe Chief Mitchell? You got your mic.
What's happening with the trees exploding? Trees are full of sap, and those trees that have a lot of sap, the sap freezes and expands. And when it expands, there's no place to go. It's the same way if you leave a can of soda pop in your car during freezing temperatures. You're gonna come out to your car, and there's gonna be a mess in your car. It's the same way. It's under the same physics. And so it's something to behold. You don't want to be around it. They don't all just explode, but sometimes they explode, sometimes they split, sometimes they simply fall down. And so that's behind that phenomenon.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, your report now, Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Village Board, and citizens. Appreciate being here. Happy New Year. I know it's late in the month, but still, Happy New Year. The police department's continuing to work with village businesses to stop shrinkage and issues of safety in and around their campuses. The police department has prepared, has prepared and in the process of continuing to prepare applications for grants to supplement and improve technology. We're continuing to complete monthly reports for state and federal grants. In December, the police department responded to 776 calls for service. For 2025, the police department responded to 9,451 calls for service. Police department in 2025 hired 2 new police officers. They're doing well. And I want to say that the police department, the village of University Park, ended 2025 with 0 homicides, unlike other towns around us, so that's the 3rd year in a row. 0 homicides. We've had supervisors and officers continue to complete training. Recently, Sergeant Canan and Sergeant Glowinky completed Northwestern University Staff Command School, and Sergeant McNair and Officer Garcia completed instructor development courses. So that's some of our report. Oh, also, while I get everybody, please continue to lock your doors and do not leave anything valuable in your cars. Throughout the region and northern Illinois, burglaries to cars and car thefts are still a problem. These bad guys do not respect village boundaries. They will go anywhere to break into cars or to steal cars. Please protect yourself. The police department still has a couple of wheel locks for Kias and Hyundais. Please come by. They're free of charge. Come by the police department. And the police department will be continuing to enforce parking, particularly during heavy snowfall. If it's 2 inches or the Public Works is actively plowing, please move your cars off the street so the plows can get past there. If not, we will be issuing citations. And those signs are up for everybody to see them.
All right, thank you. I missed someone. Miss Tashana, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your report, please.
Good evening, Mayor, Board of Trustees, and residents. So I am the new finance director here. I have been working really closely with Chris and his team in getting to know the accounting software, fund balance. I have been posting journal entries. I have been working on the budget, the FY26 budget into the system, as well as working on the real estate and pension allocations, and just getting familiar with everything, contracts and the software. So I am still in training. It's a pleasure to be here, and I thank you all.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Vargas?
Good evening, board, mayor, residents. Just to touch on a couple quick things on the Public Works summary for the month of January. DPW has been working diligently around the clock to handle all snowfalls. Thank you to the village manager. We purchased a brand new New Holland backhoe. Also, as the village manager stated, this upcoming week, we are expected to be receiving 2 brand new 5-ton plow vehicles fully equipped for snow operations, which is going to help us move more effectively and efficiently. I have also been working on an EPA MS4 audit for the village with the help of Robinson Engineer. I've been in communication with Universal Lighting of America regarding lighting upgrades throughout the village. I've been in communication with Boss Electric as well on repairing some streetlights, especially on Stunkel Road. I also have been actively searching for training for this upcoming spring for the entire Public Works Department. And then I have one big news to share with everyone. One of our employees, one of our new hires who's roughly been with the village for about 6 months now, just passed his CDL exam. So now that is one more employee for the Public Works Department who has a Class CDL, Class B CDL, my apologies. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you very much. Board members, nothing for you, Ms. Lewis? Ms. Jenkins-Bell?
I want to respond briefly and respectfully because context and facts matter to our residents. I was elected to serve this community with honesty, transparency, and clear focus on improving the quality of life. I have always said that I will speak truthfully, remain accountable, and put the people first. That commitment guides everything that I continuously do. 6 years ago, the village faced significant challenges that did not disappear overnight. We inherited approximately $42 million in debt and a multi-million annual operating deficit. Residents were dealing with concerns about lead in the water system, and the town center was largely inactive, with Cityscape developing sitting boarded up for years. Across the village, there were nearly 200 boarded up properties. Community assets such as Regal Farm, the public pool and parks, and children's programs have been closed or defunded. Property values declined, and the families felt the impact in real ways. Since that time, the board and administration here has worked steadily to stabilize and rebuild. Over the past 6 years, we have paid down millions of dollars of debt and attracted more than $350 million in new investment and increased annual revenues by approximately $6 million. Residents approved a referendum through democracy to restore funding for parks and community programs, and we have taken concrete steps to address blight by removing failed cityscape development, reducing boarded up properties, and beginning the rehabilitation of Regal Farm, and also reinvesting in our town center. None of this work is about recognition. It's about true responsibility. The voters entrusted current leadership with the task of moving this village forward, and that is what we remain focused on doing. Healthy dialogue is extremely important, and criticism is part of our public life. But it is also important that conversations reflect the full, complete record and acknowledge both where we have come from and the progress that has been made. I remain committed to working on behalf of all of our residents, telling the truth, and continuing to work and strengthening this community. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you, Trustee. Trustee Williams, you got something?
Good evening, everyone. Again, I want to stress the importance of Aqua and as many people that are still under the watch. If you could start calling them and advising them you want a test kit, we need to get as many test kits out. We need to know how many homes are not being regulated, they're not compliant. So I'm encouraging you to do that because this water has, I don't believe the lead ever left, but we need to know how many homes out here are still faced with that problem. How many homes where people have suffered, had sicknesses, all of the above. This cannot be just laid down and roll over and go back to sleep. We have to keep that fresh in the minds of everyone that's under the watch. We have to do something about it. We can't let it be stagnant. We can't just forget about it. People that are under the watch, had pipes replaced, still are getting lead-filled water. And I am going to continue to be the voice for that. I will not let that down. Now, I created an HOA organization. The first meeting was a huge success, over 70-something people that came out. And now I'm still getting complaints from the HOAs, like the gentleman here tonight, where things are not being done properly, but their rates have gone up significantly. Some of them, their water bill is included in their assessment. Others may not be included, but their assessments went up. They're giving them $500 additional assessment, special assessment fee, and they've done it twice in 1 year. These are seniors, these are people, families, they can't afford to pay $3-something a month, plus have to come up with an additional $500 twice, and if they don't have it in time, they're getting a $65 late fee. I recently talked to a lady who was in a bankruptcy. Aqua came out and turned her water off. Anybody knows if you're in a BK, they're not supposed to touch your utilities. But they cut her water off with small children in the home. I had to go through the ranks, stay on the phone, 3-way call, and get through to the proper person to make sure the water came back on the following day. They simply would not. They refused to let someone come, even though there was a truck right there in the area. But they said, no, that person is already scheduled to do something else, so they refused to let that happen. So people, wake up, stay woke, let's all work together. This is not the Hatfields and the McCoys. We are a unit, and we should all be working together to make sure things are done properly. I also asked Ms. Jenkins to create a suggestion box, because I feel like we need to know what people want. And I want to make sure that's spearheaded. I want to have it here, an electronic one. I want to know what people's concerns are so that we as a team can work on those things. So that's my report for tonight. Again, my condolences and prayers to Shirley Bolden. Let's keep her up in prayer. And let's continue to work together and have a good mindset to make the village run smooth and go forward.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk? No comment? All right. No, Trustee Thompson, anything?
I'll make it brief. I don't know if I said it before, but if I didn't, I'll say it again. Happy New Year, residents, neighbors. I'm asking you for a big favor in 2026. Put the camera on me. I'm asking for residents for a big favor in 2026. Please come out to these board meetings so you can make your voices heard, ask whatever questions you want to ask, and put forward any ideas you want to put forward. We work for you, and you can ask us questions, and you can let us hear your ideas. So please, in 2020, my birthday is next week. So for my birthday present, for the rest of the year, because I celebrate a whole year, please come out to the board meetings and see what's happening with your village. Stay warm and stay safe.
All right, thank you so much. I'll have my report on the village website. And with that being said, We're going to go into a brief executive session, and we will not reconvene.
Mayor.
We will dismiss from executive session.
Okay, Mayor, we need to set our meetings. We're not going to set our meetings?
We'll do that at the next agenda, yeah, on the calendar of meetings, because it's not prepared for tonight. Yes, ma'am. And I'm going into executive session for the purpose of litigation and personnel. I need a motion.
Second.
Moved by Brooks, second by Thompson. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. We're going to make this brief as possible, and we will dismiss from our executive session. So thank you guys who braved the code and the elements to come out tonight.